Okay, welcome to another video section. My name is Trader Numa and this is Numa Hub. This is just a recap of the last week trading. I've not been dropping a lot of videos for a while. That's because I was busy with one or two things. But now let's go into what we have for today. We want to look at GER40, then BTC. Yeah, I dropped a BTC movement last week, which was a sell. And you can see, obviously, BTC sold for this. Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, I think I dropped this sell from here. And there's a thought process that I was having. There is a reason behind why I was looking for a sell on BTC. There's a reason. So now let me go back to the monthly to show you what I was seeing. Now, if you have been following my videos, I think if not on YouTube, but I've actually posted on my channel and I'm telling people that BTC is going to sell. BTC is going to sell. One, looking at it from this sweep of what? 6 months high, the low is still standing, and you can see obviously we've taken out the 6 months low also. Now, if we look at 3 months, we have this on 3 months also. Looking at 3 months perspective, we have this as internal range liquidity that I was expecting markets to take out, and I'm also expecting that market should take out this low also. So like I have like a form of two different liquidity that I want market to take out on 3 months. Now, if I go to monthly, you see market has not even taken out NFT2. So obviously I was actually looking for more of sell. Then looking at the weekly, I see that last week had this open close level. This was last week. We have this first open close and we have this one's second open close. I'm excluding this last candle, which is the week we just finished, or this current week that is running. Now on the daily time frame, this is what I saw on the daily time frame. One, I was seeing a breakout here on daily time frame. We have a breakout here to the downside on daily time frame. We have a breakout here on daily time frame to the downside. So obviously I was expecting market to take out this as internal range liquidity. I was expecting them to even tap to this daily key level, and they should start selling from there. And you can see that is what we obviously had. But I think I had a miss entry here. Yeah, this is where I had a miss entry. I had this sweep of previous day. Yeah, sweep of previous day. And if you look at H4, let me use this to separate this. If you look at H4, do we have a breakout on H4? Yes. We had what? We had a breakout here. We had a breakout here. And also not that, we also have a sweep and break here. So I was actually waiting for market to take out this high. Yes, market took it out. But I was expecting market to get to this level before I start even to look for entry. Most time I don't, let me say these days, I don't want to be entering from directly from H4. I was actually looking for a sell position from here then downward here. So as I miss it, I don't really trade BTC. I just entered that one. I have not traded BTC for a long period of time. So I left out BTC. But if we have to look at some opportunities that we might have seen, is this. We have a breakout here on daily. Obviously, we are bearish, so automatically looking for cells is logical enough for us as a trader. And what do we have here? We have daily reject daily here. Not just that, they take out what? Internal range liquidity from this place. Now, once we have the daily reject daily, what do we have? What do we have here? We have H4 breakout. Not just one self, we have like multiple breakouts here. Then after that H4 breakout, we have this as what? Internal range liquidity. Can we see it? So we're expecting market to take out this internal range liquidity, then we should see some level of sales, which we had. So if I want to look at like confirmation entry from this point, let me mark it out. From this place, so let's look at H4. Sorry, I said H4, H1. H1. Okay, there's nothing on H1. Then let's look like M30. M30. So if I'm looking at this M30, I might not see any proving opportunity. Let me look at H2. If I'm giving another form of confirmation entry. Okay, except if I'll be playing directly from this H4 breakout. It's not even a proper breakout. So, or this consecutive open close that we have here, H2 consecutive open close. Let me look at H1. It should give me something nice on H1. On H1 also, I think it's just the same thing, except if I'll be risking this. But this is not like a proper confirmation entry that I will use. Most time I love breakouts. I love to see breakouts. So this will have been a sell, an amazing sell. If you check my Telegram channel, I think a student caught this sell and used it to pass a profile account on BTC. So let's go to GER40. I might not be able to talk about good. Let me talk about GER40 buys. The mistake I made, and I was able to correct myself. So I was looking at GER40 on Monday, on Tuesday. On Tuesday. So let's look at when the weekly time frame. Let's look at the weekly time frame. Obviously, we are bullish on GER40. Why do I say we are bullish? The recent breakout that we have here is to the upside on weekly time frame. And also we've had what? Weekly reject weekly here. Sweep of previous week. We want to see. Now, look at this very well. Look at this very well. We have sweep of this 2 weeks low. So we have like a form of sweep of not just a week low, but 2 weeks low. Now, this high of this 2 weeks high is our overall external range liquidity. That's why you see that immediately we sweep this high, sales start to come in from GER40, but that's not even the bone of contention. Aside from that, we have what? Our recent breakout now on daily. Our recent breakout on weekly is to the upside. Our recent breakout on daily, before we enter this week, is to the upside here. Right? Now, when we now enter this week, this was where I made a mistake. Look at, I was thinking, I did not zoom the chart very well because I was actually on my phone. I did not zoom the chart very well to see that what we have here is a breakout to the downside here. You see? It's a breakout to the downside. That was what I was looking at. But initially, I was looking for buys. So I was trading this candle and I had a loss. But what would I have done if I'm to do it properly? I will have this. Okay, this is the first initial level that I was looking at. But later on, I saw something that confused me. I'm always sincere on any of my video. I saw this one also as a level. So when this Monday reject off this place, if you look at H4, H4 was giving me a minor breakout. I don't know if it is my own personal forex.com that I was using. Look at this. I was relating to this as breakout. Look at, And indeed, it is a breakout. I've seen cases where minor breakouts like this played out, but the game is the game. I was stopped out, obviously. So now we have daily rejection here, and we have what? H4 breakout to the upside. As we have H4 breakout to the upside, this is it, H4 breakout to the upside. Now, not just that, H4 has what? Internal range liquidity. On that same H4, we have this one as internal range liquidity. I've seen a lot of people were playing directly from, some were playing from this key level, some were playing from this key level, but personally, I would have waited for H4 to reject H4, then confirmation on maybe 2 hours or 1 hour. And look at this, this is H4 reject H4. On 2 hour, we have a breakout here, and this breakout is an amazing entry to look for buys. Most times, if I want to play breakout directly, I love to play it from 2 hours standpoint, not just 1 hour. My SL will be here to cover this low because I'm not expecting them to come down to this low. Then this will be my TP. This I is my profit target. So this is like 1:4. So I know people that use tighter stop loss. And if you look at that same entry, if you look at it from H1 perspective, you see that it is almost the same thing. H1 reject H1. Sorry, H4 reject H4, then H1 breakout. If you look at M30, the only difference there is, okay, I think it's the same thing. M30 did not even give you internal liquidity. So it's a nice trade. And it's going into direction. And it went to the respected direction. Now, looking at this coming week, what can I be expecting on GER40? Overall, I want this high to be taken. That's one thing. Why? Overall we are bullish, and also on daily time frame, our recent breakout is to the upside on GER40, right? And we see now, aside from that, we see this high taken. I'm expecting this low to go away. I'm expecting this daily low to go away. So I'm either expecting something like this, continuation to the upside, or this to be taken out as internal range liquidity. The market can continue from what's the closest key level? This, no. Okay. Market can continue from here to the upside. Either way, I'm not going to enter from daily directly. I'm going to be waiting for what? For H4 to align. Now, that's what I'm expecting on this. Now, if we look at gold, let me show you my expectation on gold also. Okay, I have a participant here. I don't even know. Let's look at gold. Let me look at gold. Now, overall, gold is bullish. There's nothing anybody can disagree with on that. We're expecting this high to go. We're expecting all this high to go. We're actually expecting gold to give us a new all-time high, right? So, and same thing, our recent breakout on daily is to the upside. And on H4, we already have, this is a strong low. So we might see, if gold decide to come back, we might see some level of sales down here and go up. I would love to play this level because this is a plug and play, an A shape that has been tested once that sponsored this sell, overlap on an imbalance. Not just that, it has liquidity on H4. Let me look at what we have on daily. Okay, on daily, it is nothing on daily, it's nothing on daily basically. So I'm expecting markets to possibly give me a buy continuation from here on here. Okay, now let's look at GU. On GU. So sorry, let me save my GER40 outlook. Let me save my GER40 outlook. Let me save my GER40 outlook. Okay, and let me save my good out because so my good, I'm expecting a buy from here, right? Now let me look at BTC. Oh, on BTC, I'm still expecting more sales. So, but I'm not going to be looking at BTC this coming week. So permit me. Now on GBP card, we are bullish on GBP card, right? We've been buying, though my initial thing was to expect some level of sales. But looking at this, if we look at this monthly time frame, if we have this monthly internal range liquidity that has not been taken out. Look at where I picked it from. It's a very far level. But at the same time, monthly is rejecting monthly. I'm talking about the current month that we are, which is February, is rejecting monthly. And apart from that, okay, we swept this month high, we've swept January high. Not just that, we've now taken the low also. So we are like in the middle of buyers and sellers, right? We are in the middle of buying and selling. Please mute yourself, please. Thank you. I will appreciate it if you can mute yourself. Okay, thank you. We are in the middle of buying and selling. Now, if you now look at the weekly, as a result of this sweep of previous months that we have above here, this previous month high, we already have what? Weekly breakout to the downside. We have weekly breakout to the downside. So, and weekly also rejects weekly. But this is not enough for us to just say, yes, we are now bearish. Why? Look at this. From here, from this low to this high, we have a range from here to here. Not even from here to here. Look at it. This is what I mean. Sweep, break, right? And we now have another what? Sweep, break. So we have like a complete range here on what? GBP, JPY. Let me see my time. Okay. Which means that if we are selling, our selling is not to do much than to get to maybe 50% of this range. Now, let me see if market has gotten to the 50%. No. So we might still be expecting some level of sell. But I will not really trust this sell. Why? This sell is a counter trend. This sell is a counter trend. So I might not have that 100% confidence in this sell. But if I will be looking for sell, if market is going to sell, I'm expecting market to sell down a little bit, then we continue our buy movement. I can only say we are bearish if we have this, after this sweep and break, if I can have another weekly breakout to the downside, then I can start looking for more sales until market now give me another weekly breakout to the upside. Now, look at this. Even though we have weekly reject weekly, on daily, aside from this breakout that we have a breakout to the upside too on daily. So selling is risky, but I still prefer to buy. Because if we look at the buy, here, our recent breakout is what? To the upside, yeah. And aside from that, look at this. In a bullish trend, we already have what? Sweep of previous week. The high is still standing, right? The only thing that is serving as obstacle here is this weekly breakout that we have to the downside. So as a result of this sweep of previous week, look at, we have a daily breakout. Now, aside from that daily breakout that we now have a sweep of previous day, not just one day, 2 different days. This day and then this day. Their high is still standing. Do we have H4 breakout? We don't have H4 breakout yet. So also, if I will be looking for buy, I'm still skeptical on looking for buy. Why? Which means that until I can have a formal daily breakout, then, H4 breakout, then I can ride this buy carefully. But if there's no H4 breakout to the upside, then we are selling. I'll keep on selling to take out all these lows. So do you see the logic? The logic is basically on the alignment of time frame. It is not just, oh, because I see sweep of previous day or sweep of previous. I see sweep of previous day. This is sweep of previous day. But do we have H4 breakout? No, we don't have H4 breakout to validate it. But look at this. I have sweep of previous week here. I already have a daily breakout to validate it. So I still need an H4 breakout to validate what I'm seeing on what? On daily. Or the funnest part about market is market can now drop down. Maybe Monday will also give us a sell. Then Tuesday we sweep Monday low before we now start seeing some level of buys. Some level of buys. Do you see? So that is basically what uh, uh, I'm expecting for the new week on GBP JPY and GBP USD. I don't have anything on GBP USD. I'm not looking at anything on GBP USD. I want GBP USD to give something balanced before I can start looking for anything on it. As far as GBP USD is concerned, I might say I'm looking for sell to take out this internal range liquidity before I start looking for buy. Because the purpose external range liquidity has been taken out on what? On weekly. And we are seeing some massive push of sell for like 1, 2, 3 weeks now. And the purpose after external range liquidity is taken out, we need to see retracement to take out what? To take out internal range liquidity. So we might be seeing sell to take out this low before we continue our level of buys. Why do I say this low? Look at this is a strong low. Sweep. Look at this. We have this sweep, but we did not have this break. This high was not broken also. So this low also, we need to be careful about it. But it is a strong low. Why do I say it's a strong low? It's a strong low in the sense that if you go to daily time frame, you will discover that it's a strong low. And aside from the fact that I did not take out this major breakout, it has taken out some minor breakout here, here, and here. And we have this that serve as internal range liquidity. So we can be looking for some level of buys. I don't know if anyone just have any question, or we call it a day from here. Do we have anyone with question?
I have no question at this time. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
This was a refreshing session.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for this.
Thank you so
Yes.
much.
And you were very articulate and very clear. Well done.
Thank you,
God
sir.
bless you.
Thank you, sir. Okay, do we have
Good
any
afternoon,
question?
sir.
Okay.
Okay, I want to ask a question that
Okay.
maybe your weekly time frame, we are bearish.
Okay.
The daily too has confirmed the bearish movement.
Okay.
Now, when daily now rejects a daily key level and gives us, a 4 hours break.
Yeah.
Okay, are you saying now that we should start looking for entry after the 4 hours break? Immediately there's a 4 hours breakout, we
Okay.
should start looking for entry. Or are we waiting for the next candle to form after the breakout to serve as our inducement? Because sometimes after the 4 hours breakout, you already won't have a range already
Okay.
on the lower time frame.
Yeah.
So are we now saying that we should now wait for liquidity? That's the next candle that forms after the breakout, after the 4 hour breakout,
Okay.
or we should just play the range that we see after the 4 hours breakout? So how do you take your entry,
Now let
or
me
what's
tell
your suggestion regarding
let me
if you
tell
want
you.
to play directly,
Okay.
if you're not waiting for confirmation?
Okay. Now let me tell you the reason why I said something that playing directly from 4 hours is risky. Hmm? Let me show you something. we have, I think I don't know if I have something like that on the chart, but let me show you this. This is H4 breakout from here, right? And let me use this to demarcate what we are seeing. This is H4 breakout. Let me look for M30 range. Oh, this is still crystal clear. I'm looking for something confusing. I'm looking for something that is very, very confusing. Because this is what I realized. Let me just use drawing to explain. You have your weekly bearish, right? You have your daily. You have your daily bearish. Not just that. After your daily breakout, you already have what? A daily reject daily. Maybe you have a full A plus setup. Let me put it that way. A plus setup. What I mean by A plus setup is we have this that stand on daily internal range liquidity. Then we now have a daily candle that comes in, sweep the previous day high. The previous day high is still standing, right? Then as a result of this, you have what? H4 breakout. Now, a breakout, the logic behind the range is that a breakout on H4 will give you a sweep and break on H1 or M30, right? Now, you now have what? A sweep, a break. Now, after this is your, obviously, this is your internal range liquidity, right? And after this internal range liquidity, you want to play off a key level that is close to this liquidity. But sometimes markets will do a deep retracement. Markets will come back up here, take you out. Now, start selling. Do you get? Now, because you now have this loss, you already doubt yourself. But if you had waited for H4 to come here, let me delete this range. If you have waited for H4 to reject H4 on this H4 candle and look for M30 confirmation entry, you would have been in that trade and you'll be fine. Because every deep retracement that the market wants to make, market will have made that deep retracement. Because it will not make that deep retracement. It is after the deep retracement that you will see your own confirmation entry. Do you get? Let me show you something. GER40. Let's go to GER40. I love the question that you ask, and I want to really, really iterate it very well. Let me clear my chart. I've saved this already. Look at this thing. The loss we had on GER40, a lot of us had losses on GER40, and that loss, it is not, I was not even feeling bad about it because what we did was right. Logically, what we are seeing is right. On daily time frame, what do we see here? This is daily reject daily. I'm talking about this black candle. This is daily reject daily. Right? Look at H4. This is H4 breakout. Here. This is H4 breakout here. To the upside, even though it's minor, I'm telling you, I've played something as small as this. And market went into my direction. Now, look at it. We all had losses on this H4 because most of us were actually, after the H4 breakout, most of us were looking for buys immediately. We just set our SL here. We put our SL here and we were looking forward to take this high, right? Everybody had a loss. Almost everybody had a loss. Even the person that was playing, because look at this. Someone was playing this one directly. Look at, this is H4, plug and play. This is internal range liquidity. Yeah. It's overlap on and what? Imbalance. This is imbalance here. So a lot of us had reason to look for buy. Look at, this is imbalance here. A lot of us were looking for reason to buy. But If we add, this is okay. Let me come again. This is H4 breakout here. If we had waited for confirmation entry on M30, look at that is, we want to see H4 reject H4 and then look for confirmation. We would have escaped this loss if we had waited for H4 reject H4, then M30 or H1 breakout. We would have scaled through this loss and be in this trade. The funniest part is, after I had this loss, I did not even bother to check GER40 again. I was like, what's the meaning of this rubbish? So I missed out on this opportunity of these buys. Even though I was like, okay, I saw people posting it. I saw some of my friends posting it, but I was like, GER40 is just behaving irrational. So most time, look, the reason why we have logic is that this thing might not be occurring every time, but this is to safeguard us. I just want to use confirmation entry. Yes, there are sometimes market will go in your direction, you will not see trade. But there are a lot of time this confirmation entry will save you. It will save you a lot of time from unnecessary loss or avoidable loss. That's just the reality. Have I answered your question? Have I
Yes,
answered your
yes,
question?
yes. Okay, I understand. Thank you very much for the clarity.
Yeah.
And the other thing now is, when you now wait for a 4 hour reject or 4 hour now,
Yeah.
and maybe you have seen maybe like a 1 hour breakout
Yeah.
or maybe 30 minutes breakout, do you have
Yeah.
to wait for an inducement
Now,
or you don't necessarily need
when you are playing 30 minutes, if you see M30 breakout and you check your H1, there is no breakout. Wait for inducement on that M30. But if you see daily breakout, you can play daily breakout directly without inducement. Do you see how I analyze it? All these things are
daily
taken.
or 1 hour breakout?
Oh, sorry, 1 hour. Sorry, don't mind me. If you see 1 hour breakout and you do not have inducement, you can play it. But if you see M30 breakout, and when you now check your H1, you see that H1 has not given you breakout yet. Wait for inducement on that M30 before you take it.
Okay, okay, H1, sometimes you can have an engulfing. On the H1, H1
Yes,
can give you an engulfing. But when
yes,
you check 30 minutes, you can have a breakout or a sweep and break. So are
yes,
you saying now that when you have that scenario, you should wait for an inducement? It can be just one candle inducement in 30
yes,
minutes
yes.
for okay. That's okay.
If you have
I
if
get
you
you.
have your
So
H1 as engulfing, your M30
mm,
should give you breakout. If M30 did not give me breakout, I'm not trading it. Most time, I don't
yes, I
even like
get
to
you.
trade M30 engulfing. If I want to trade engulfing, I want to see it on H1 or on H2.
So 30 minutes must if 30 minutes must give you a breakout. That's for the
That's
for
the
the
best
engulfing
model.
on one.
That's the best model.
I get you. I get
And
you. But when you have 1 hour breakout, you have 30 minutes breakout. You don't need an adjustment on that.
if I have 1 hour breakout and 30 minutes breakout, I don't necessarily need an inducement because 1 hour has given me breakout.
Okay.
But in most cases,
So
once
that's
1 hour is giving you breakout, if you go and check your M30, you will see breakout and inducement in most cases.
okay. Okay, that's okay.
So that's just it. I believe all these things
So
is
how do you
okay.
how do you okay.
Ask
Now
your
I
question.
don't I understand you. In fact, thank you very much for this clarity. I really appreciate your explanation and in fact it's worth it. But now another thing now is this confirmation entry by fourth man is when you
I was
have
expecting that.
this when you have this and most of the time I don't use it
Okay.
because most of the time I used to end up losing the trade anytime I see that confirmation. I'm
Okay.
even skeptical, so I don't use it at all. So how
Okay.
do you use that confirmation? Do you use it too? And how is it best for you to use Because
Now,
anytime I try to use it, because now I think majorly on your trade for your confirmation, you use the breakout. You don't even use that. So I want to know, do you use that as well? Do you
okay.
use it? And
Now,
how do you use it?
the thing is, I don't have proof to say, okay, I think I should have proof. But my proof, I will still just have to look for it. Before fourth man start teaching that confirmation entry, I've discovered that confirmation entry 3 months before that time. Before he start making it public, I've been seeing such thing. The thing is that I use it 2 times, it works. But I now discovered that he gave me a lot of losses and I abandoned it. So when he was speaking about it, I was just laughing that this thing, as far as I'm concerned, I've seen it before. It's been portrayed to everybody, and it gave me a lot of losses. I don't have confidence in it, and I've abandoned it. But from my own personal study back then, this is how I use it, or this is what I discover that is the best way to use it. One, it is not best used on 30 minutes, on 1 hour. If you want to use it on 2 hours. Don't go below it. That's the first thing that I discover. Do you get? Hello, can you hear me?
Okay, I get you.
That's the first,
Perfectly, perfectly.
that's the first thing I discover. Number 2, it is not advisable for you to use it for risk entry. It is advisable for you to use it after confirmation. How did he call it? You call it confirmation entry, right?
Yes.
I call it double confirmation entry back then. And what do I mean by that? This is our H4, right? I'm using chart. H4 rejects H4, right? The mistake most of you do is that on this H4, if we go to H1 or M30, you have a range, right? You expect this to be taken out. I'm converting this H4 to H1. This is H1 or M30. H1 or M30. You expect this place to be taken out. And after market takes out this internal range liquidity, you start looking for that confirmation. I'm talking about that fourth man setup. Sweep of previous candle low, the eye is still standing. That's when you use it. That's not how I use it.